Coming to y'all, man, with another breaking news story, courtesy of WUSA 9 DC. Police, 1 dead, 20 injured after shooting at Southeast DC cookout. DC police are looking for multiple shooters after a cookout in Ward 7 resulted in multiple people shot. No arrests have been made. So they haven't arrested anybody. Arthur Kylie Schultz, WUSA 9, and Colby Satterfield. Washington, an overnight shooting in Southeast DC has killed a 7-year-old and left 20 injured, a spokesperson with DC police said. Man, that's one person dead too many, and that's 20 too many injured. The shooting happened around 12:30 a.m. near the 3300 block of Du Bois Place in Southeast in Ward 7. Multiple detectives and forensic squads still on the scene until Sunday morning. D.C. Police Chief Peterson Newsham confirmed 20 people have been injured in the shooting, 11 of which are females, and that are currently looking for multiple shooters. One of those victims includes an off-duty 1st District police officer who was shot and is currently struggling for her life, D.C. police said. Cousin Octavia Brown and grandmother Patience Brown said the victim was their loved one, 17-year-old Christopher Brown, a father to a 1-year-old Elijah, and who is expecting another one on the way. Man, how sad is that? He's a child himself. Wow. One neighbor told WUSA 9 that the shooting occurred during a block party or cookout that was kicking off on the residential street late last night, with hundreds of people in the street. One resident said he saw a man slumped over on a car bleeding like crazy, saying many were ducking for cover when the shots rang out. DC Police Chief Peter Newsham said Sunday morning that there were hundreds of people at the Saturday night gathering. He said there were officers on the scene, but apparently not enough to break up the gathering. My understanding, and this is preliminary and subject to change, so take it with a grain of salt, please, is that there were officers here. There were not sufficient officers to be able to move a crowd of that size, Newsham said. The district's current COVID-19 guidelines prohibit more than 50 people to be gathered at one time. Preliminarily, there were officers on the scene. I want to confirm that. I want to talk to the management team over here and see if we were doing everything possible we could, Newsham said. Because we can't tolerate these types of gathering in our city during COVID-19, it's just too dangerous. Well, you're right about that. It's not just dangerous to COVID-19. Obviously, it's also dangerous to gun violence. And liquor and alcohol and guns don't mix anyway. I won't blame the police for allowing this to happen. I blame the individuals who made a decision to have an activity in excess of the mayor's directive regarding social distancing and kind of keeping the coronavirus transmission down. The police can only do but so much, NEC Commissioner 7B01 Patricia Howard Chatham said. Over 20 responding units arrived at the scene, including paramedics, ambulances, and emergency supervisors. No arrests have been made as of Sunday morning, and no further details have been announced yet by DC Police. This is coming from Miranda. This was at 34th and E Cookout. Malik at all homage was bragging about on Instagram with all them bottles of D.C. People been warning him all day that this was a bad idea because of the pandemic, and now look at him with 2 kinds of blood on his hands. Pathetic. I'm so angry for my city tonight, and rightfully so. CNN was reporting one person is dead and at least 9 people were taken to nearby hospitals after an overnight shooting in Washington, D.C., authorities told CNN. It looked like there were hundreds of people out here, literally just having a party. No one thinking about Corona and no one thinking about activities that could cost them more than just having a good time, because Corona kills, Howard Chatham said. Here go a couple of pictures. Let's check these out right quick. Yep, look like they'll be gathering a bunch of evidence against whoever it is responsible. They got a bunch of DNA on all them clothes and drinks down there. So, man, we'll see what that lead to. Some people apparently look like they ran right up out of their shoes. You can see all kind of stuff left behind. Let you know that they had to get somewhere. It wasn't that important, huh? Wow. Megan Rivers. This breaking news scene continues. Neighbors are waking up and coming outside to this scene along the 3300 block of Du Bois Place in Southeast. We have live updates starting at 7 o'clock. Let's see what kind of footage she got. Wow. According to Megan Rivers, neighbors say there was a block party here yesterday that started around 5. Blocks of streets were crowded with people. They tell us they heard multiple gunshots, still waiting to get official update from police. On social media, several accounts posted images of an event called Eat Cookout that took place near 34th and Du Bois Place, with hundreds in attendance. It's not yet confirmed if that was the location of the shooting. We have got to start being a part of the solution, John Ayala, the grandfather of 11-year-old Devon McNeil, said. McNeil was shot and killed in the Southeast neighborhood not far from Du Bois Place on 4th of July. D.C. is under siege, he said at Sunday's scene. You need to stop because you took away something that belonged to me. Somebody I love so much, and somebody dear to me, grandmother Patrice Brown told WUSA 9 in a phone call hours after the shooting. She described Christopher as a great person and would affectionately call him her poopy. I know that this is not the only child or would be the last child, she continued, but they need to stop this. I want everybody to be safe and happy, but this is not the way to be safe, and this is not the way to be happy. Cousin Octavia Brown said she is heartbroken over Sunday's event. Brown came out to the streets of the 33rd and Du Bois to mourn, telling WUSA 9 that Christopher was a great father to his 1-year-old son Elijah. Arteka Brown, Christopher's mother, agrees. She describes her son as an energetic person with an infectious smile and a love for dance, the oldest of 5 boys. He was an innocent king. He just wanted to go attend a neighborhood party, she said in a phone call. Overall, he is a father. He has a 1-year-old son and another on the way. And you know, my heart go out to all these people. But man, some of the decisions that we're making is the reason why we're in this situation right now. Early Sunday morning, keys, flip-flops, and other personal items were still seen scattered on the sidewalk of the scene. Roads remain closed on 34th Street between Minnesota Avenue and D Street as police continue to investigate the scene. This is a developing story. We will update you with more information as it comes. Oh, so here's the video about all the liquor right here.
Y'all niggas already know how we coming. Pull the fuck up. We going up. And count these motherfucking bottles out too, man. For real. Count the motherfucking bottles out. We going to fuck.
Now see, And there goes the problem right there. You see it with your own eyes. There goes the problem. There goes the problem. All that alcohol, guns, they don't mix. They don't mix at all. Look at that. And all this alcohol during a coronavirus pandemic. Wow. All right. Let's see if this is it. We'll go back up and watch this video. All right, that's it. Let's go up here and watch this video, fam. In fact, let's do it like this. We'll get up there a little bit quicker. Man, how sad. How sad.
If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. It takes my 80.
Let's mute this, man, because this ain't even what we was looking for. They done got us. See that? Slid an ad up in there on us, man. Here we go.
Welcome back into Wake Up Washington at 8:30 on this Sunday morning. And we want to get right back to that live update on the breaking news we've been following all morning long. D.C. police are currently investigating an overnight shooting in Southeast. We do know that one person died in this shooting, more than a dozen people sent to the hospital. Just a heartbreaking story here. This happened just after 1 in the morning in this area, the 3300 block of Du Bois Place. That's between 295 and Minnesota Avenues. And Megan Rivers has been out there for many hours now. I know that the details have been coming out throughout the morning. What are we learning right now?
Well, Nicole, this is an ongoing investigation. It's a very active scene still as of now. We know this happened just after 12:30 or around 12:30 this morning along that 3300 block of Du Bois. So we're at the intersection of Du Bois and D Street. So this area has been blocked off. I got here just before 5 this morning, or right around 5 this morning, and the scene hasn't changed much since then. That investigation is still ongoing. The thing that has changed, though, is that neighbors are coming out, community members are coming out, talking about what transpired here last night. So they say that this started off as a block party that happens annually and that it was, for the most part, a peaceful event. Some neighbors had concerns because there is a party going on while we're in the middle of a pandemic. But again, they say that this is an annual event that is normally peaceful. One of the party goers that we spoke with earlier tells us that when the police were here, that they were actually monitoring this party that had many blocks, blocked off as people were coming, that they were monitoring it and that everything was fine. And then shortly after the police left is when the gunshots started happening. And I spoke with neighbors in multiple houses in this area who say that relatively this is a quiet neighborhood, and it sounded like automatic weapons were going off. And so they said that they saw a number of people disperse and that people were running in every direction. Some people were shot. One neighbor told me that he saw someone get shot and was slumped over a vehicle. We also know that one person has since died as a result of this shooting scene that happened earlier. Now, I had a chance to speak with John Ayala. He's the grandfather of 11-year-old Devon McNeil, who was killed back on July 4th. And he was telling me about why this is such a tragic event, and the young lady who's out here crying right now at the loss of her cousin, how this hurts him even more.
I'm sad, I'm frustrated, and it makes me feel that I have to get out here and do more. I have to speak every day. Every time I can get a camera in front of my face, I'm going to speak about it. Anytime I can get to a community meeting, anytime I can just talk to young people in the community that's sitting on a porch, I have to talk to them about what we're going to do to stop this, what kind of solutions that we have. Because if you don't come up with solutions, are you part of the problem? I don't know. So we need to figure that out, because at this point now, if we don't stop, figure out the solution, we're going to be waking up every morning, which we have been doing, and every morning we're going to find out somebody lost a loved one. We have to stop it now, because right now, D.C. is under siege.
Again, that's the grandfather of Devon McNeil. He was killed back on July 4th, 11 years old. He says one of his other concerns right now is that some prisoners are being released due to COVID-19 problems in jails or outbreaks in jails and prisons. And so he's very concerned about that, especially in the case of his grandson. But here along the 3300 block of D and Du Bois Street right now, this investigation is still ongoing. And we're hoping to gather more information on exactly how many people were taken to the hospital, exactly what led up to this shooting, what was who all was involved, if they have any idea on a suspect or suspects involved. That's all information that we're still hoping to learn from police, and we haven't gotten that update as of yet. But we'll continue to be here, and we will update you all on air and online, and we're tweeting out information on social media as well, so make sure you're tuning in there, and we will bring you all the latest updates and details as soon as we get them. Reporting live in Southeast, I'm Megan Rivers.
Well, there you go, fam. There you go, man. Another sad day in America. You know what I mean? Just to see the violence that's going on in our neighborhood. Listen to what the elder was saying. You know, he lost his grandson, man. An 11-year-old child. 11 years old. It's just terrible, man. You know, we honestly and truly just need to stop the violence, you know. We can do better, and we are better as a people, you know. Turn back to the Father in heaven. Turn back to the law, statutes, and commandments, and this won't even be happening. You'll put the liquor stores out of business. You'll put the drug dealers out of business, and you'll improve your quality of life and your community's quality of life. But with that said, man, don't forget to drop your comments down below. Tell me what y'all think about this unfortunate incident. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you on the next episode, family. Shalom.